All right, thank you for staying with us. It's still Sports Tonight, and we've made a change. Yemi Adebayo has joined us now. Yemi has recovered from yesterday's disappointing, shocking defeat at the Emirates.
But he should be used to such performances. He should be used to that.
But the problem is they are not used to it.
No. He should be used to that.
Arsenal fans are not used to it. It still shocks them anytime things like this happen.
Things like that are part of football, and being a fan.
Part of Arsenal.
No, football. Being a fan, you have to get used to all of those things. It happens.
Can you get used to those kind of things?
You can't win all the time.
Heartbreaks?
Anyway, we're happy to have you with us. But let's just quickly update you that Burkina Faso have drawn level. It's 1-1 now. First semi-final of the Africa Cup of Nations. Aristide Banse is the guy. Is pulled Burkina Faso back into the game. And so, game on. Yeah. It's 1-1. Burkina Faso won, Egypt won. First semi-final of the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations. Everything to play for Yemi?
Yeah, before Egypt...
You still give this to Egypt?
I will. On the strength of what I've seen the Egyptians do, just one chance that they got to go. They are always a threat going forward. Just 2-3 passes, they're already in front of the box. Before Burkina Faso got that equalizer, it was 7 corners to 2. Just to show you that the Burkina Faso were
all over Egypt.
Were all over Egypt, but they kept their shape, kept everything tight at the back, and it wasn't looking like.
And this is the first time they're conceding. We must state that.
Yeah, very strong defense. But kudos to Aristide Banse. He had a lot of joy troubling the Egyptian defense.
With his size.
Whatever injuries that made it possible for Banse to be on the starting lineup has worked in favor, because it's been in their face all day, pushing them, dragging them, and he always gets to the ball before them. But the Egyptian defenders always found a way to just clean up everything. But I'll still be bold enough to give it to the Egyptians. I love the way they play. Very solid at the back, and once they create chance, they score. And we'll see what happens in this one.
All right, so 76 minutes of football in that one. Burkina Faso won, Egypt won. Once there's a change, we will alert you on the show. But let's come home now and spend some time, guys, to reflect on the state of our football. People tell you, and I think I agree with them, that it is the state of your football, of your domestic football, that will determine how well your football will grow. Very true. So let's spend some time to talk about what the Nigerian Football Federation is trying to do. Earlier on today, the Nigerian Football Federation talked about the moves that they are making to strategize and ensure that the integrity of our game is protected, taking issues of conflict of interest very seriously, and trying to ensure fairness and firmness in decision making. And as you see on the screen, they have rolled out the guidelines, and you've read this, and all the issues there having to do with vested interest or conflict of interest as it affects the league, referees' appointment, match commissioners' appointment, and other very key committees in Nigerian football should be welcome development.
Yeah, so I think the sanctity of the game should be kept, intact at all times. I read through the communique, and particularly the one that referred to appointment of match commissioners. Yeah. You have members of the match commissioners appointment committee, appointing themselves as a match commissioner, match assessors. And the same thing with the referees appointment committee, appointing themselves, giving themselves roles to play within the league games.
There was also something about state FA secretaries.
Yes, holding
position in clubs.
In clubs, maybe some of them being
state FA as well.
Chairman of clubs, state FA, and even membership of boards of clubs. These are conflicts of interest. So, Tony, we talked so much about it. I think about 2 weeks ago, issues of officiating came up, and we hammered so much on the leadership of the referees committee, and the same person holding, being a member of the state FA, and the same states
have teams in the same league.
In the same league, there's no way interests are not going to clash. So I think this is a step in the right direction, but the FA must still go further and ensure that what we said 2 weeks ago, they should do something about it. When you hold too many powerful positions, there's no way it will not affect, the credibility of the league. Yep. There's no way it's not going to affect the transparency, because a lot of folks will say, how come one person is holding such positions, and is it going to be fair? Is it going to be just?
There will always be claims of bias.
Yes.
Even when it's not. Everything here is house cleaning, basically. You can't be a judge in your own case. And I guess some of these decisions that have been taken, maybe they've been listening to us anyway. Some of these decisions we go a long way in helping to sanitize the league, help to win over skeptics. If you're in a position where you can influence things for your club or influence things that will rub off on other people wrongly, all of those things are conflicts of interest, and I do agree with Onye. We still, the NFF still needs to look deeply into all other areas too, where any issues of conflict of interest might arise, so that the integrity of the league, the integrity of our football in general, will be protected, and everything will go on smoothly.
All NFF executive committee members, all those on the NFF management, all those who are in state FAs, in the different boards, in the club, chairman, officials of the club, the coaches, are hereby directed to also desist from acting as intermediaries, agents, managers, to players forthwith, because that's also been a conflict area. Yes. Essentially, all of these things are just common sense.
Standard practice.
That you cannot be involved in something and then try to also be among those that will implement and take decisions against what you are involved in. There will always be those conflicts. And as Onye said, we really, if we want to go out to save our game, protect the integrity of the game, let's not go halfway. Let's not do half measures. Let's go the whole hog and ensure that whatever will be an issue of conflict in the future, we'll resolve it from now.
One thing about half measures is that you're always worse off. That's what I've noticed. And once you do things half measures, people now sit back and re-strategize and find ways, loopholes. But if you go all the way, do your house cleaning properly, ensure that it's a cleanup. Whatever decisions you take with the integrity of your heart. A lot of people would not understand that there's a new sheriff in town, where due process, a standard practice, and everything will go on smoothly. And I'm very happy with this. We're going to be beginning to see the effects as time goes on. It will trickle down, and hopefully there'll be a lot of sanity.
It's one thing. Why we commend the NFF for coming up with this kind of idea. It's one thing for the NFF to come out with this kind of pronouncement. It's another thing for them to be able to implement all of these things. That's where the challenge lies. The NFF must be able to match their words with their action. They've given us some strong words that anybody that fails to comply will face the ethics committee, will be reported to FIFA and all of that. But they must really show that they have the will to make this work.
Yeah, absolutely. The initiators of this noble objectives must also lead by example. If they are also involved in, they are found culpable, they should also take the bull by the horn and resign, relinquish one of the positions. You can't be a judge in your own case. There is no way there will be transparency, and a lot of people will, have doubts. And when there is a problem with the justice system, especially when it concerns football, people are going to be aggrieved. And what it means is that they are going to, go to any level, even as far as going to the conventional course, which will drag football, backwards. So they must make the system very transparent, and anybody who is involved, whether in the Nigerian Football Federation Executive Committee, whether at any level, should take the bull by the horn, lead by example, and relinquish one of the positions. When they do that, then other people, other stakeholders will do the same. If you give a rule and you are not following that rule, then the other people will say, okay, you laid out.
You can't follow your own rules.
Then we cannot also abide by that rules.
And there will always be spurious allegations, even when those things are unfounded and not true. Once people see people who are like judges in their own cases, who occupy positions that will lead to conflict of interest, even when those people may not have done anything to favor clubs that they have an interest in or whatsoever. Those things, and when you start having those things, whether they are true or not, the integrity of the game is called to question, and that's why we must go all the way. A lot of people, this will affect a lot of people, and those key officials or people that are in this bracket should not wait till people start saying, oh, this person, because of this person should not be in this position again. That person, they should not wait for all of that. Once you know all of this, it rubs off you. Do the honorable thing, like Owen Wuchi has said, step aside, so that sanity will prevail.